In this video, we're going to talk about looking up a specific career as well as a career cluster and showing you how to add that to your list of favorites as well as access your list of favorites and what you can see when you look up a career or a cluster. So to start, we're going to click on careers and then click on careers home. So you'll see right here, if you know the name of a career, you can certainly type it in here and click search. If you're not 100% sure what you're looking for, you can click on more career search options. It'll bring you to this page. So again, you can look up by keyword. You can look up by category, so this will show you your clusters. They're also at the bottom, so I'll show you that there. You can also look up by Holland code. So if you took the career interest profiler, then you would have a Holland code, and as a result of that, you can see careers and clusters that would relate to that major, or you can do that in here. You can also look up by career name. So if you want to look up all careers that start with the letter A, you click on that, and then you get a whole list on the right side here of all careers that start with A that are in this program. And then at the bottom, you can see the find clusters and pathways. So you would click on any of the clusters and pathways here to learn more information about them. I'm going to click on hospitality and tourism. So you can see it's already a favorite of mine. The heart is pink. If it's clear, then that means it's not a favorite. If you do want a favorite, you just click that heart and you favorite it. All right, so first thing you see on here is the overview. So it tells you a little bit more about that career cluster, what is entailed within that cluster, and how to gain knowledge and skills to be within that cluster or to get a job within that cluster. It also tells you what pathways are included within the cluster, so that can be helpful as well, and you can click on those. On this page, you'll also see the employment outlook. That's something that can be really helpful to families and to students to know what is it looking like in terms of the outlook for this career in the future. So that's something that a lot of times we'll look at to see, is this a career that is definitely going to be growing in the next few years? Is it something that might be dwindling? Is it something that looks like it'll stay about the same and they're going to need new workers as people are retiring? You can also see a plan of study over here. So this is a list of suggested classes for students to take in high school, and then as well as what they can look forward to taking potentially while they're in college. And you can always look at a college's website to see that as well, but it's a good kind of introduction or idea of what you would likely be taking in college. Scroll down a little bit, you can see all the related occupations in here as well as related majors. So obviously there might be a few more, but these are the occupations that they have within this cluster in our program. So I'm going to click on lodging managers, see what that's about. So first it gives you a job description. It also gives you the Holland interest code, again, that you would get that from the career interest profiler. But this is something that you can see and kind of look at as well. If you're just looking at the career and haven't done that assessment yet, you can see where it falls within those codes. Also tell you related occupations. Now these aren't all within the career cluster. So you can see like real estate agent, morticians and undertakers. Those are related, but they are not within the hospitality and tourism cluster. Also see related majors as well as related clusters and pathways. So the clusters have these little pictures next to them, the pathways do not. So you can always click on those to learn more about that as well. Next, we're going to click on knowledge and skills. So you can see the 5 most important skills, abilities, and knowledge areas. Knowledge areas, they're all really cool. Knowledge areas are cool because you can see, okay, so English language is something I need, administration and management, personnel and human resources, customer and personal service, and then math as well. So that's nice for students to see this is what I need to know to be able to get into this career. This is what they're deeming important. Same thing with the abilities. That's something that they can work on as well. So oral expression, you can work on that throughout college and also in high school, as well as written, and then problem sensitivity as well. So these are things that people in the career are saying are important and employers are saying are important, as well as skills. So these are skills that students want to work on and have a good idea of when they are looking for a job in the field or an internship or anything like that. Next, we're going to tasks and activities. So that's pretty related to knowledge and skills, but this tells you what people do in a general day, a typical day, when they are a lodging manager or whatever the job is that you're looking at. So this is nice to see because sometimes students, for example, if they want to be a police officer, don't realize all the other tasks that are involved in being a police officer, such as the reports and those kinds of things. So this is nice to just kind of see, okay, so you're greeting and registering guests, but you're also answering inquiries and you're managing and maintaining the lodging facilities. You can click show more and you can see many more tasks that they generally do within a day. Obviously, there will be more things that will be mixed in for each job, but gives them a good idea of what it could look like. Then the most common work activities. So these are activities that they are doing at work along with the tests. So you can see they're a little bit more general, but also specific in a different way. So, for example, processing information, analyzing data and information, judging the qualities of things, services, and people. So that's something that they'll have to do in this job as well. So there are a lot of these listed in here, which is great because you can learn a lot about the job through looking through all of this information in here. And then the last page here is wages. So that's something that families like to look at. So you can see the national wages are here as well as our state. If you want to look at other states, you just click show more and it'll show you there. So the average is here. It's important to note that if you go up to the 10%, this is people who are making the most in that. So students should not expect to be making 98,000 straight out of their training or technical school or college or anything like that. They might be making more like the 90% made at least and working up to the average. So that's something that could be good to look at as well. You can also see hourly wages for certain jobs that do pay hourly. So that is something that you'll also be able to see and talk about with your student, or they can look up and say, do I think that's enough to, support myself? Do I like that amount of money? Just to kind of get those ideas. So let's say I look through all of this and I really like this, so I'm going to keep it as a favorite. So you, again, click that heart. Then you can click view favorites and you can see all of your favorites, things that you have suggested for you, and that's through your assessments that you've taken, as well as favorites that you have said you really like these and you want to keep them on your list because you want to come back to them. And this is careers and clusters, as you can see. So again, you can get to your favorite careers and clusters if you're at the home page. You can go to careers and clusters I'm thinking about, and that will bring you right back to this page.